Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction. Today we have Xilonen's character trailer. I usually do not touch on character trailers because the visuals tend to be pretty distracting for my ADHD-ass brain, but apparently there's a really good song in here and I'm willing to look past that for what it's worth and hear the song underneath it. I will also try to avoid getting nerdy about any animation stuff that I may find cool just because that's the other factor that tends to distract me, but I'll do my best to give it a shot, give it a watch, and see why so many people wanted me to give this a listen. So without further ado, let's go.
Wow, what a beautiful gem. You should turn it into jewelry.
We should check the grade first. But I can think of a better use for you.
Ooh, that beats fire. Hold on. Ooh.
Truly a precious gem, and so damn simplistic. Could be wasted on a piece of jewelry.
Oh, it's so clubby.
Looks like these Saurians don't miss a beat. Time for a test drive.
Ooh, filthy. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, it's a music video now. Oh, that's sick. Okay. This is sick. All right. Hell yeah.
Oh, it took so long to dig up, and now the phlogiston is gone.
That's for the best. Better lost in the heat of battle than locked away in a jewelry box. Gems like these are meant to burn.
Okay.
So much more,
All
down
right.
the drain.
I understand now. I do. So honestly, at first, I wasn't fully sure why so many people were hyping this up until it got to that section where like she started doing her voice work on it. That was awesome. Like breaking everything down in front of that as well. It's like, okay, it was a good song. I was enjoying the beat. The club vibes were definitely there. Then when it just kind of cranked into that halftime, really cemented itself in what it was, the song definitely flourished at that point. And I'm sure the full version of the song, whenever it's released, I think I saw a comment mentioning January or something, it'll probably have a much more straightforward pacing and overall structure there. So like that's kind of what was confusing me with this one, just because of the nature of it being in trailers and why I don't necessarily watch things from trailers too often, because it affects everything about the song, because they have to pick and choose what parts of the song they want to use to make sure certain parts of it get highlighted. So it just kind of messes up the experience of the music, but I understand why people were hyping this one up now, especially that section. I love that they turned it into a music video. I was trying my best not to geek out about that. I love some of the visual flares that they throw on here. That sort of graphic art, graffiti, pop art aesthetic is definitely up my alley when it comes to the enjoyment of art. I always find myself loving that aesthetic in general, and this is definitely no different. I loved how it highlighted the character. It made it really pop on screen. But again, this is about the song, not about the visuals. Overall, just a really good beat. I don't know if there's too much I can actually talk about it. There were some samples in there I enjoyed hearing, like that rave siren sound during that first breakdown section. That was really neat to hear, and just letting that decay naturally was really cool. But other than that, it's kind of hard with all the other sound effects going on to really get a scope of the song itself. So I don't know if there's anything I can really break down when it comes to the production quality because while I could hear the song, obviously, with all the other audio in there, it does muddy it up a little bit. Either way, I definitely do understand the hype here, and I get why so many people wanted me to get to this, regardless of all the sound effects. Maybe I'll give this one another shot when the full version comes out, because honestly, it's a bold enough banger that I might just want to hear it all again in its full context. And that in and of itself is a pretty high praise for me, because I usually don't go back and listen to songs too terribly often unless they're just like randomized in one of my playlists I've added them to. But either way, thank you all so very much for watching. I know this one's pretty short because I don't have too much to say given all the other stuff that I mentioned earlier. So while I was editing this video, I decided to read the comments again from the ones that was like requesting this song and everything, and realized I kind of misread some of the comments saying that I should give the trailer itself an overall reaction and not just specifically the song, which is usually what people want me to do, or they ask for like an animation breakdown analysis thing, which is kind of its own deal. So I was a little confused there, I guess. That's on me, not them. But there was another reply comment in there saying how I wouldn't really know that this trailer specifically was so unique because I don't watch the other Genshin character trailers, and I never have, which is also valid and very true. I don't really have any context to work from based on what the other trailers have looked like. So to me, all of them could look this good for all I am fully aware. And even though now I assume that that's not the case based on that comment exclusively, I really don't have a contextual basis to work off of there. But that doesn't mean it's any less cool. It just means I don't have a comparative work to match with it, aside from like the Genshin separate videos, like their big animation stuff that they've done, where it's a lot more involved than just a character trailer. Like I said, there was definitely some cool stuff that was done in here, but at the same time, I really don't know where the bar is, so it's hard to be like picky, choosy, and judgy when I'm not really sure what I should be expecting, and that's kind of on me for not reading the comment a little bit more clear and realizing what they wanted out of this. But also, the song is still a banger, so I think all my other opinions stand. I still want to give it a shot later, but I just can't really sit down and give it a full fair shake when I don't have those contexts to work with. Also, the person who recommended this song in the first place and this whole trailer in the first place also said if I liked the Burnice trailer from the Zenless Zone Zero game, that I would like this one. And just as like a bonus review here, because I did not make a video on that thanks to it being frankly spoiled by TikTok scrolling late at night, I gotta be real with you, the song was kind of mid. Like I don't want to say it was bad necessarily, but there was just, it felt corporate. It's kind of the same type of thing where a lot of people didn't like that one song by the band Lawrence that came out and subsequently also went viral on TikTok, but it's kind of bland. It just didn't have much heart or soul to it so much as it was just trying to fill this gap of, hey, how do we make this character feel very like with the times? Hey, hello, fellow kids. It felt very, half-assed to me, to be real. The song itself was kind of in the same vein where it was just a more or less very drab kind of pop dance beat that didn't feel like it had any true goal to the song itself, and it was exclusively made to be hype incarnate, and that's kind of boring when you hear it a lot. So for me, it just didn't hit the same vibes I think a lot of other people were expecting it to, and for somebody like me who usually likes everything, that's probably a weird thing to hear. But yeah, I just wasn't feeling the Burnice trailer. I didn't really get the song or the hype around it. I guess it's just not my thing, despite it being like very in line with my genre preferences in a lot of ways. The song itself just felt like there was no inspiration to it, and it was very corporate. So there's my quick review on the Burnice trailer and the song itself. But anyway, back to old me, who I've been interrupting for far too long now. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and if you want me to get to the full version of this whenever it's available, please let me know, and I will do my best to get to it. And of course, if you have anything else, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to those as well. If you enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for those in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!